Before we go to Myrtle Beach, we need to lighten up the RV a bit because we're going to have 2 additional people on board, and we want to make sure that we're traveling safe with our family. A couple of videos ago, we were overweight. We're traveling on Thursday. Some of the things that we fixed after our Yellowstone trip are coming apart again, in particular the armrest on the passenger seat in the front, and also dinette seats.
Looking to see how this whole system works, which is good. I'd like him to understand it. But he could see where the seatbelt's bolted to the floor, and he could see it routed behind the chair frame. And the chair is routed right behind the chair frame near where that locking mechanism is. So it just happened to get some slack and wrapped its way around that locking mechanism.
I may be able to fix it.
We'll have to figure it out.
Play around with it for a few minutes.
Yeah, just not the best engineered. I think we'll just do a fix for now, but when we get back from that trip, we'll work on ways to actually make it function better. Now, normally I clean up after every trip, but we were in such a rush when we got back from Willow Tree, and we knew we were going back out very soon. So while the boys are fixing everything in the rig, I'm going to take this time to change the sheets and get everything washed. This is something that every young man should have, and we're glad our son has one and knows how to use it. Next stop, storage unit. We're going to try to offload some of these things from our RV. You know, it's amazing how much just a few things can weigh. I mean, just what we pulled out weighed over a couple of 100 pounds.
Hey, taking pictures of me being a chef. Tonight, I'm making burgers for the family, and they're going to love them. We use the best seasoning on there. It's not homemade, but it's good. It's just hamburger seasoning.
You worked really hard on this, didn't you, John?
I worked really hard on this.
This is the first time seeing you on the grill, huh?
No! Remember my time with the, when I didn't have the spatula, I had that little tool?
That's true.
I was grilling then. I had the little pry bar. Hey, I made burgers that night too, so it was great. It worked out. It's a little seared.
What does a little seared mean?
They've got a little patina to them. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like you're sitting at like you're the little kid sitting at the big table.
That says something about our family dynamic.
I'm driving like, let's take this thing around the turn.
Not a race car, John. Not a race car.
This is as fast as it'll go.
But, I wanted to go through there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted to see what was there.
All right.
You know this has reverse. Ow.
Nope.
Ow. John!
We're not doing reverse.
Oh my God, John!
No reverse.
John!
Wow. No reversing.
Did he scare you? Ma, you okay?
I'm not looking over there.
Pop, you okay?
I'm fine.
Pop's enjoying the ride.
Man, the Crazy Mason, that's the place to go for some ice cream. It was so good, we didn't even have a chance to show it.
Can I not have a private pool? It's alive. It's got some living stuff in the hole.
Well, I don't know what's alive. A volcano?
We actually got an RV site and we brought my parents along, and so they have their own private space. We got them a cottage. So let's go see what it looks like. Up here, you've got a table, you've got your couch, and it's really nice just to be able to sit out and look over everything. We're at one of these back end sites, so you've got a nice view of the woods behind you, and then you can just see the rest of the sites from up here in this section of the campground. There are many different cottages here at Sun Outdoors Myrtle Beach. The kind you want is really up to how you want to stay while you're here and how many people you have with you. Now let's go check out the inside. We'll get you a tour of the campsite, but first, we've got to do some shopping. There is an outlet mall not too far away from Sun Outdoors, so we hit there first, and then... You guys said I should come here. I'm gonna check it out because I love purple. Thank you, Tanya and Cyrus. I love purple. This is the perfect store for me. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, and in case you were wondering what John and Pop were up to while we were shopping, there you go. All right, so you probably want to see the site, right? Let me show you the site we had. We had such an amazing site. That's one thing I have to say that we really, really loved about this place is the sites. Oh my gosh, they're so gorgeous. All right, folks, this is where we were. Lots of space. We had a golf cart parked here, my Jeep parked here. It is a concrete pad, fire pit over here. This is great. I mean, plenty of space. We had at least 6 or 7 chairs out here. Really nice table. Just wish they had an umbrella that came with it because it got hot. But here's the best thing about our site is this pond. Look at this. It's beautiful. The sun is rising. Look at how gorgeous this is. You can't ask for anything more. I mean, this really beautiful pond here. There's a sign that warns about gators, but I don't think you have to worry about gators. I wasn't afraid of gators. I didn't see any gators, so I'm okay with that. I'm not going in the water. But the site is gorgeous. There's sidewalks that go from one part of this resort to the other, which makes it very, very walkable. Most people had golf carts, but I found it just as easy to walk. I mean, we had the golf cart for my parents so they can get from their site to us, but Darren and I, very easy walk to the Commons, even though we're way out here. Our site number was G078. I mean, this is just beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. Lots of pools. We have a small pool that is over here by our site. Then, of course, you have the big pools, the water park, the lazy river, the adult pool, all by the Commons. There's bowling, an arcade, a pretty decent camp store. There's a snack shop. There's a place where you can get adult beverages. I mean, at the pool, they had a bar. And oh my gosh, so much going on at night.
Guys, later. I'm going in there. It's a bar. Arcade is right there.
It's just, there's really a lot of thought, I think, that went into this place, and that we do really appreciate. Now, my parents stayed in a cottage. There were a lot of issues with where they stayed. In fact, they had to change cabins because the first cabin had hair in the bed. There were only 2 hangers in the closet. No pillowcases for the spare pillow. Some of the items, such as the paper towel holder and the dishes, were dirty. And the floor was really dirty. So overall, what do we think of this place? For the RV sites, not really many concerns. Would have been nice to have a little bit more shade, but we understand that this place is still fairly new, so there's not enough time. There hasn't been enough time for the trees to grow. No big deal. The people here, very, very nice. Can't complain about that either. The staff was great. The kids, I think here, if you have kids have fantastic time. There's so much for kids to do. Kids were everywhere. They had a lot of freedom. They had a lot of choices. Many things to do. So for kids, I think this is a great place. I think for John and I, this wasn't our kind of resort. I think we like Willow Tree a lot better. And I think the only reason is because a lot of the focus was on kids. At least that's how we felt. I think the focus is really heavy on kids. If you have young kids, this is the place to come and stay here for more than a weekend, that's for sure. Have a great time with the kids, have a great time with the family. It was nice, really nice being near the beach, but I think that we prefer a resort kind of like Willow Tree. And we saw a better upkeep at Willow Tree. And we are a little concerned about the upkeep that we're seeing here at Sun Outdoors Myrtle Beach compared to, I guess, maybe when it was Carolina Pines, because you hear everybody saying great things about Carolina Pines, great things about Sun Outdoors and Myrtle Beach. If you have kids, it's awesome. I can't complain. It's beautiful in that regard. The only issue I have is with the upkeep. I do not think that they are keeping this place up, and I think that was evident in what we showed you with my parents' cabin and having to switch them out, and things just weren't clean. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's it for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna go watch the sunrise.
It's a wrap.